London's public transport system is one of the largest and busiest in the world.
We're now in the heart of the peak, and it's absolute chaos.
11 million people travel on board a tube or bus in the capital every single day. But not all of them are paying for it.
I don't think so, fella.
Fare evaders swindle a network out of £116 million a year.
You're getting confused because of a car? It's bullshit.
If I don't obtain a name and address, I will arrest you.
That's money that could be spent on a better service for passengers like you and me.
I pay my way. Prices increase every year to cover the loss. That really angers me.
Filmed over one hot summer.
All right, let's run this thing then.
Hello, excuse me, I'm talking to you.
We've gone behind the scenes with Transport for London's investigations unit.
That's the gentleman we're looking for. We've got evidence to prove that you're lying.
We're with inspectors working undercover on the tube to track down some of the 70,000 daily fare dodgers.
Please!
Brother, I'll smash the camera.
Another satisfied customer.
And with bus enforcement officers fighting a backlash from the public.
You are a nasty little man.
It's mere drama.
Jeez.
These are the stories of the men and women fighting London's fare-dodging war.
Let's cut to the chase. Haven't paid the full fee.
Listen to me, listen to me.
Rob, that was some different gravy.
It's not gone through, as you just saw.
Have you got a ticket for your journey? Have you got a ticket?
Have your tickets ready for inspection, please?
Coming up.
Don't touch me. Do not touch me.
In East London, a sting operation gets lively.
You think it's OK to try and push me out of the way? I will not have that.
She doesn't know that we're onto her at all.
Undercover investigators track down a suspected fraudster.
We've got evidence to prove that you're lying.
It's bullshit. The situation is bullshit.
And bus enforcement officers face a fiery passenger.
You're here coming to charge me for £1.50 and you're the same skin colour as me, bro. It's bullshit.
Contactless technology on tubes and buses calculates a fare for each journey and charges the passenger's Oyster card. But dishonest customers find ways to abuse the system. Tim, an investigator at Transport for London's control centre, is looking into a possible long-running scam.
Customer services deal with refunds from customers on occasions where somebody may have been overcharged or charged incorrectly. However, they've noted that in this particular case, there seems to be a suspicious activity.
The customer phones us 3 or 4 times a day to claim refunds where they hasn't touched in and out properly or has touched in and then claims not to have travelled after all.
They've racked up £1,000 in suspicious refunds.
They don't realise how much information we actually see behind the scenes, but a lot of customers seem to think they can fool the system, and that's just not the case.
It's up to 2 Dans, both part of an undercover squad working the underground to track the suspect down.
Right, so let's see exactly what she's saying to get the money back.
I went in the station and I went to check my balance. I don't know why it charged me.
So you just tapped in, you went into the station, didn't go anywhere? Yeah.
I didn't go anywhere, no.
It's interesting because she's talking as if she doesn't know.
Always the same voice. If you notice, there's always that naivety in her voice.
Yeah.
The call centre staff got no idea that they're just taking her word for it, and she comes across convincing.
The suspect's been claiming refunds on multiple Oyster cards.
So for her card, we've got 62 successful, and that's £281.30. Although she has attempted to claim for 68.
Yeah.
This has had 35 successful refunds out of 44. And that's for £178.70.
And the other cards that total up to the other.
That's right, yeah. So I think there's another 6 cards left. Yeah.
Okay. There's a lot of forethought gone in with this young lady. He's very, very crafty. But we can see from her history, her refunds are getting closer and closer together. They're becoming for more and more money. She's getting more confident. And it's that overconfidence that's going to help us with the investigation.
But we're going to get CCTV?
Yeah.
They need to ID the suspect and prove she travelled on the days when refunds were claimed.
Our main bit of detection for this is to try and piece together her journey It makes sense for us to go and check the CCTV at the station. We have a look at the station layout, and that will just help us with a probable route.
One of the cards has been used on a reader at Stratford Station.
This is validator number 87, so we're good to go. Just looking around now for cameras, it doesn't look too good at the moment. It's a bit of a tricky spot for the CCTV cameras here. Looking around, there isn't that much. We might have one or two that are at the top looking down. We do have one camera up there. Thankfully, because we have an emergency exit, it's panning onto there. We should be able to just get a glimpse of who's using the validator.
Coming up.
Wait here, yeah?
There's a bust-up on the buses.
You guys are literally doing this for something, what, £1.50? Why was me? Why was it me that was that problem today?
And Dan unravel a web of lies.
There she is there.
We've got a name for her. We know what she looks like.
Down here, mate.
Yeah, go for it.
Coming towards now.
There you go, Linford Christie, number 1.
65,000 people try to scam a free ride on London's buses every single day.
How you doing, driver? You all right? What's your running number, sir?
In northwest London, Will and fellow enforcement officer Moore are working route number 16.
Everyone is entitled for a free ride.
Who says that?
It's in your memo, innit?
No, where? I don't understand what you're talking about.
No, nothing.
Come on now. Do you have a valid ticket or pass for your journey? Good man.
Even passengers with tickets don't always think they should pay.
I asked you for a ticket.
What are you talking about anyway?
Right, okay. There are people who think they can travel for free. It's not isolated to one demographic, one age group, one race. It's everyone, everywhere.
TfL are going to issue a penalty fee of £80.
I put it, I make it.
Their card hasn't been validated.
Thank you.
The officers' handheld units can tell if a card's been tapped on a reader. Passengers are required by law to provide their details when they don't have a valid ticket.
Obviously, accidentally, something has happened. You want to start robbing people because of money. At the end of the day, I said, what are you going to do? You're going to take my details. I know you're doing your job.
She still hasn't provided her details.
Hey, there's officers right there. Just open the door for me.
But Moore spots two community police officers who could detain the woman if she doesn't comply.
The story is this passenger has not paid for a journey and she refused to give us details. She is required to.
I need some details from this passenger. Full name, address, date of birth.
No. Okay, can I ask you a question? Evidently, when I tapped on, it didn't tap properly. I'm not looking, I'm on the phone. I said, let me tap again, I have money on my thing. Now you've got police people. Me and my life, I'm a carer, for goodness sake. Do you know how bad this looks? The police are being here and you're getting police because of a card?
We can do it in the easy way.
No, it's not the easy way.
Let's just take a detail and then you go.
It's bullshit. It's bullshit.
The Undercover Tube Squad are on the trail of a suspected refund fraudster.
She's possibly had a good 2,000 quid or more out of us in the last year. We need to drill down on this type of offending.
They need to ID their target to have any chance of stopping her.
We do have one camera up there. We should be able to just get a glimpse of who's using the validator. Are you able to check a camera for us by any chance? Just to see what the angle's like.
Yeah, what number?
It should be 37. This one just out here. That is a perfect view. So that's at 8:05 for Stratford. This is the camera that faces the concourse. So we've got 8:04 here coming up to the second of 8:05. And she's going to come over from this way now. There she is. That's her touching on the validator there. That's bang on time. 8:05. Yep. That will provide the basis for our case.
We need to work through these scenarios of where we think she's travelling, then go out and collate examples and exhibits of CCTV to make sure that we've got a successful case.
Now they know what she looks like, they can track her history across the Tube network.
We've got this camera here, camera 1. That's given us a different angle, so that might be better for an identification image.
Proving she's travelled on days when refunds have been claimed.
We'll see her approaching just here. She's come from the Jubilee Line platforms and she's walking over.
It's actually this female here, and there's an image of her walking along the platform just about to get on the train. We've got a name for her. We know what she looks like now. We know that we're looking for an Asian female, early to mid-20s.
Now they have her in their sights, they can plan to intercept her.
We know that she's travelling from Bushy. She's making a long journey which involves travelling through Zone 1 and interchanging at West Ham. We've got all the CCTV that we need, and we are all ready to go for the stop.
You guys are literally doing this for something, what, £1.50?
In northwest London, enforcement officers Will and Moore are trying to ID a suspected fare evader.
I said I have money in my card, let me tap my card, and what did you say? Okay, but if they take my details, no, if they take my details, hold on 1 second.
After the fact.
Okay, pardon me?
You don't tap the card
but
after the fact.
But I said evidently there was an issue. If you take my details, what are you going to do with them? Are you not going to send me a fine?
The first thing I want to do, I want to confirm your details, right?
Okay, no.
And then once we confirm your details, likely you're going to get a penalty fare, depending on what...
So I'm getting a pen. That's what I'm saying to you. If I'm getting a penalty fare,
the penalty fare, you have the right to appeal the penalty fare.
Okay, but more than likely in this Britain that we live in, you're still going to get it. You don't know what people are going through in this life. That you're here coming to charge me for £1.50, and you're the same skin colour as me, bro. I don't care. No. It's got something to do with it because subconsciously it does. No, you might want to say that. That's fine. Ultimately, it does. We look out for our own people. I'm sorry. You can call them anytime, but why did you come off the bus to come and stalk this? There's other people. There's some people on that bus that you didn't finish checking. So why was it me that was that problem today that you're saying this is? Okay.
Whilst he was talking to you, I did check the rest of the bus and everyone else.
Okay, did you go upstairs? Because I didn't see you go upstairs. That's bullshit. It's not. I'm not swearing at you. It's bullshit. The situation is bullshit. It's bullshit.
Eventually, the passenger complies.
This is bullshit. Like someone's committed one big crime.
Okay, we're gonna issue another one today. Hey, now, thank you very much. Okay, bye-bye. She's had previous. I think that's why she's just being like this. She's been caught before by TfL.
I'm so angry right now. All right, you done? You good? In this life that we live in, this is what we're worried about. £1.50 for the fucking TfL. Got a job to do, but there's other things more important in this life. Fucking hell.
The woman can now choose to pay her penalty fare or appeal it with Transport for London.
I think she was insinuating that because I'm black, I should go easy on her because we're the same skin color, which I found to be ridiculous, really. Yeah, that wasn't a good comment. Because skin color's got nothing to do with our work, basically. It's regrettable, but it does happen.
Undercover investigators on the Tube, Dan and Dan, are about to attempt to stop on a suspected fraudster.
She's making a considerable journey, and I think that's probably what's driving her to fare evade on a habitual basis.
They believe she regularly uses West Ham Station. They're tracking her Oyster card usage in real time.
So 30 minutes ago, she's touched in at Bushy, and we know that it's an hour-and-a-half journey to West Ham, so we're going to go to West Ham now.
So it's an hour and a half from touching, is it, Bushy?
We need to be proper on point from 25-2.
It's a more complex case than what we normally deal with, but it's something we can still do. Just hopefully she don't change her route or the Jubilee line goes up the spout. That's the only problem.
We have to get this set up fairly rapid, aren't we?
Yeah.
I was thinking...
Just at the end of this corridor.
He's the supervisor on duty, though, or...
Yeah, he is.
Any chance of you giving him a radio call? We need to speak to him fairly rapidly.
I'll put it on channel 11. So she'll be here in about 15. I'm going to stand at the top of these escalators. She doesn't know that we're onto her at all, so if she sees someone standing randomly up here, then I don't think she's going to take much notice. So she's going to be coming from down there. That leads from the Jubilee line platforms, both east and west. There's only one section for the Jubilee line, so we know she won't come through any other way. She'll walk up this corridor, straight down the escalator, and that's where Dan will be at the bottom. Hello, mate, just checking you can hear me.
Received the last message, over. I'm going to stop her in this area here, just take her to one side. I want her to know that we know a lot about her. I want her to have 30 seconds to a minute of time in her head between here and the interview room to actually think, God, the game's up.
Hopefully within the next 15, 20 minutes, I think she'll be through. The coat and the bag are very distinctive. She wears her hair the same as well. She's also quite distinctive because she's always on the phone. Pretty much all of the CCTV, she's always on her phone.
Yeah, Dan, can you hear me?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, coming towards now, she's got a different coat on, it's a black shiny one, same bag. Scarf around her neck.
Yeah. Hi, Revenue Control. Can I have a word with you, please? Do you want to finish phone call for me, please? Finish your phone call for me. Okay. Yeah, no. We've been conducting an investigation on you for a number of months now. Okay, you've got a file here with some bits and pieces that I need to go through with you. Going to need to do an interview with you. Just come in and I'll explain it all to you, yeah?
For the interview, Dan's joined by colleague Janita.
Do you know how long I'm here for? 'Cause I've got to be at work.
Yeah, give him a call just to say that you might be late, yeah? Okay, it largely depends on you, I'm not going to lie to you.
Someone just grabbed me, I don't know what's going on, but they're saying they're going to have to do an interview on me or something. Right, okay.
Take a seat. We're both grown adults, okay? So, have you got any inkling why we've stopped you today?
No, nothing.
Okay, all right, fine. You're committing offences on the railway. Offences of fare evasion, of bylaw offences, and possibly fraud as well.
What?
We have got a lot of evidence to show you. These are serious, and that's why you need to get out of your head, you know, any sort of notion of, well, you know, I need to get to work in 5 minutes.
I'm not supposed to be working today, but I'm actually covering someone.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't normally work Tuesdays,
I
do you?
don't know.
No.
Oh, you know a lot of information about me.
What we suspect you of committing. If you wish to, yeah?
She makes a call and decides to make no further comment to the accusations.
We'll wait to hear from you. All right, or your legal rep, that's fine, they can contact us.
Now Dan's confirmed her identity, he will pass the evidence to prosecutors, who will decide how to proceed with her case.
I said she can play hardball, and I knew it. I just knew
I'm
it.
very surprised.
Nah, I'm not.
I have to say. Because you want to know about the stack.
Yeah.
You want to know what you've got in there.
She knew when I said, did you see the look on her face? Did you see that little glint of shit, I've been caught?
Coming up.
Person we need to speak to is on train 60, which has not long left Stratford.
Dan and Dan blacklist another blagger.
The reason why we stopped you today, we're looking for this specific card number.
You don't have a ticket, it's actually fare evasion.
And a sting operation in a fare-dodging hotspot heats up.
When I was talking to you, you tried to push me out the way. I do not appreciate that. Investigators at Transport for London's control centre use technology to detect suspicious passenger behaviour.
This person has got on the underground at Holborn, and next time our system picks him up on a bus in East Ham. East Ham's in zone 3, or zone 1 to 2 travel card. There's something amiss.
Undercover Inspector Dan is also on the case.
The Oyster card's an unregistered card, so we don't know if it's male or female, and also, without checking CCTV, we don't know who we're stopping yet.
If they're unregistered, I think there's a feeling of anonymity. We can trace unregistered cards. They're not safe from our inspectors and from our prosecutions.
Looking at the journey history, we're probably looking at 2 to 3 years' worth of fare evasion of Zone 3. We're looking at someone that was maybe a chancer at the beginning, saw that a gate was open, and they didn't touch, and then they realised that they're not being charged for not touching out. People, unfortunately, are creatures of habit, and if it works again, they will then start to pay the cheaper fare.
Per journey, they're saving £4.90. Might not sound a lot of money just for the one incident, but if you multiply that over a period of months, years, it can amount up to thousands of pounds.
Dan heads to the station the card user regularly travels to.
From the report, they are very, very consistent. In fact, only using one different gate on their exit journey here. Yeah, so this is gate number 23. This is where the person exits. And if we go over to the cameras on this side, the one that will pick them up will be this camera here. So we'll pop down to the CCTV suite now and hopefully establish who they are.
CCTV from previous journeys could help identify the suspect.
It is a bit tricky because we don't know who's using an Oyster card. CCTV is really the main evidence that will tell us who's using the pass.
But if their intelligence is correct, he doesn't have long before the target's due to arrive.
I'm sure this is an old ticket office type thing because of the window. It was used back in the day, a long, long time ago. Just trying to think. No, it's not. I don't think it's going to work. But if it's not working, I'll have to try a different route.
With CCTV unavailable, Dan needs to go to Plan B.
We do have other options available because the person uses the same gate. We could potentially track them.
When someone's under suspicion, they can be tracked in real time.
We can calculate the travelling time and potentially find out exactly what train they're going to be on.
If the card user's tapped onto the network today, Dan could pinpoint precisely when he needs to be at the barrier to stop them.
We'll have a look at the live history now to see if they've actually used it. If they have, we might have missed them, depending if they've started their journey early. Looking at the Oyster report, their journey history is very consistent on a Friday. We are hoping that they haven't changed today. Let's go upstairs and have a look.
Enforcement officers on London's buses face difficult situations every single day.
We all know the hotspots, you know, it's like we all know what route is predominantly busier than others, you know, and we also know whereabouts on that route is more likely to be confrontational. We should address them, my friend. Not that we avoid it, but we just go into it with that mindset to be more prepared for conflict. 149.
Thomas and colleague John are working routes in East London.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This checking tickets, passes, Oyster cards. Did it bleep downstairs? Let's go downstairs a minute and see if we can see what the issue is with your card.
I can't see, but I
Right.
know what's happening.
All I can say to you is it didn't go through. Okay?
No, I can't see.
Not working, sir. So I need to take some details.
I can use another one.
But you've not done that when you boarded the bus, sir. So I need to take name, address, and date of birth then.
Failing to tap on when boarding a bus is the most common form of fare evasion. But some people find more devious ways to avoid paying.
My friend, you just walked on in front of me, tapped on that reader there with an elderly freedom pass. I've just stood there and watched you come on the bus. Yes.
A freedom pass allows over 60s to travel for free in London.
I got a freedom pass.
I've just seen you. I've physically stood there and watched you tap on a freedom pass.
Come
on, mate. Just be honest with me.
I've physically stood there, watched you. You've just walked on the bus, tapped on with with a freedom pass, an elderly freedom pass.
So this is how it works. If you can't show us the freedom pass, we'll have to stop the bus and call the police. And they'll come down and search you and get it off you.
You've got the pass on you, but we're trying to keep this as a civil matter.
A civil matter?
Well, at the moment, it'll be TfL dealing with you for using the freedom pass.
Yeah.
The police do have to get involved. It then becomes fraud by misrepresentation.
Call the police then, mate.
Fair enough then. I'll stop the bus. Driver needs to hold it at the next stop.
If a search reveals the card, police could arrest him for committing a criminal offence.
Can I see it? Can I see the picture on the bus? The person in the picture is not you, and you certainly don't look 60 years of age. So who's that? So you know the passes with pictures and freedom passes and other passes are not you.
I made a mistake today, that's it.
Are we continuing? I'm sorry, driver, continue, yeah?
Continue. I'm going to need to take some details. It was an elderly freedom pass, and the passenger certainly didn't look elderly to have it. He showed me identification, and it'll go to a prosecution. So I've got to send the pass back to Transport for London, so your uncle will have to apply for another one. They are non-transferable.
So he has to apply for another one?
Yeah.
He was trying to, defend the indefensible, really. So when I've gone to the driver to say, look, we might have to hold the bus, he knew he was going to fight. He was fighting a losing battle, so he's then coughed up.
Some stations on London's sprawling rail network allow passengers to change lines without passing a ticket barrier. They help the flow of fare-paying passengers, but can be exploited by cheats.
Have your tickets ready, please?
Tube enforcement officers Karen and Peter are conducting a sting operation at one of London's busiest interchanges.
There's quite a few lines coming in at one place, and if you get 3 or 4 trains coming at once, especially during the peak hour, having gates up here and that'd be nuts. We try and rely on public honesty. Have your tickets ready for inspection, please?
25,000 commuters flood through West Ham Station daily.
And as the crowd's approaching, we're not just looking at the people at the front. They're usually the people that are hurrying to get their tickets out. We're looking for the people in the middle that are hoping that we don't ask them. Lovely.
And it's not long before she spots something suspicious.
Hi, Sam. See a ticket there, please. Can I just ask you why you turned away from the ticket check?
And Peter has his hands full too.
Why don't you have a ticket?
I've lost mine.
You've lost your Oyster card?
Yes.
Well, this is basically because you don't have a ticket, it's actually fare evasion. Really, you should have bought a ticket before your journey. OK?
Do you have a ticket? Really? Why did you turn away from the ticket check?
Do you know the possible outcomes of that?
I don't really like saying, and the reason being is because I don't like scaring people, because it depends on your circumstances and it depends what you do.
Why didn't you touch in?
Just be honest, mate. You've been caught out, isn't it? It's regardless. It's done and dusted, mate.
Come over here. Can I take that? Because I'm going to write a report.
Listen, what I'll do, I'll take you downstairs and you can buy a ticket from down there. OK? Because you can't carry on, because if you get caught again, you'll get done again. I can't allow you to travel without a ticket after I've just stopped you without a ticket.
So I'll need something with your name on. Can I see that? Is that not yours? So it's got your name on it, yeah? It's got your name on it? So can I see it then?
It's been 10 minutes and the boy hasn't provided any details.
Why is it that I can't see the name?
Basically, I've lost my wallet
Then I have no thing, so I took my mum's credit card.
Is your mum's credit card on? Does your mum know you've got it?
Yes. No, she knows you've got it.
Right, okay, can I have a quick look at the credit card? Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to need to speak to your mum on the phone and just make sure.
The reason I turned back on is because it's a bit suspicious to have someone else's card, like it's not in my name.
So it's got nothing to do with the actual ticket? No.
The officer confirms the boy is telling the truth, but he still doesn't have a ticket and is issued a penalty fare.
We'll print you out the penalty fare notice. I could read his body language. It was more he was frightened that he was going to get into trouble. People are supposed to be going in one direction only. The more and more you do the job, you're noticing someone who's suddenly taken a phone call and they have to turn away and go down the other end when they see a police officer. You know, there are some people that literally freeze like a rabbit in the headlights.
At Holborn Station, Dan is working undercover to stop a passenger suspected of avoiding £1,000 in fares.
We're probably looking at 2 to 3 years worth of fare evasion of Zone 3. We can tell that they've got a consistent journey pattern between Zone 3 and Holborn Station, which is where we're going to attempt to stop the passenger. We're going to check the live data to see if this person started their journey, and we'll wait to see when they have touched in and see if we can stop them here. It's a bit of a shot in the dark, but with CCTV not working, it's better than nothing.
By tracking the suspect in real time, Dan's hoping to pinpoint the moment they'll arrive at the station.
Another in-the-depths part of Holborn Station. There we go, so we've got a bus board at 8:50, bus 104. It's 8:59 now. They should enter Stratford at 9:20, and then it takes between 15 and 20 minutes to get to Holborn.
If the card pops up on the tube network next, the user could be heading straight into trouble.
Just a waiting game.
Dan doesn't have to wait long.
Just come up with Stratford now, so we're all good, and they touched in 4 minutes ago. What we've got here is we've got all the different trains, east and west on the Central Line. So we've got train number 31, which has left Mile End, and train 60, which has not long left Stratford. So one of those trains, we are hopeful that the person we need to speak to is on there.
With the clock counting down, fellow undercover operative Dan joins the hunt.
As you can see at the moment, the footfall is very large here because it's the peak time. We'll have a look upstairs when we get there, how many people are using the specific gate that we're looking at. You can see gate number 23. Hopefully, we'll have a shot at stopping this person. Train should have just approached Holborn now, so I think if we stand a little bit away from that gate.
With no idea what the passenger looks like.
That's fine. Thank you for your time. Cheers.
They need to check every single card number to try and find a match.
Morning. Just check your Oyster card today, please.
The last of the train's passengers file through.
Checking Oyster cards today, please. Sorry? Checking Oyster cards today, please. Cheers.
But Dan finds a match.
Hi, so you're right, we're revenue inspectors. Okay, reason why we stopped you today, we're looking for this specific card number. Okay, just to let you know, I'll just show you that it matches up. We're doing a bit of an investigation on your card, okay? Yeah. Where have you travelled from today?
Stratford.
Stratford, okay. And what we need to do is just have a bit of a discussion about your Oyster card and your journey history. Just go through.
Dan can now relay the accusations in detail, under caution.
You do not have to say anything, but it may harm your defence if you do not mention when questioned, something which you later rely on in court, and anything you do say may be given in evidence. We've done an investigation on your card, OK, and we believe there's irregular travel there, potentially of you not paying for all of your fares. So you know that you should be paying for your fares, is that correct? Okay. Are you aware of the zonal system on the Underground and TfL that we have zones, yes? And what travel card do you have now? Zones 1 and 2, okay. East Ham's in Zone 3. You only have a Zones 1 and 2 travel card, so how did you pay for your journey last night to East Ham?
I didn't pay.
Didn't pay, okay. When you arrive at East Ham, after East Ham, how do you get to your home?
Always the gate is open.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. There's your card, there's your wallet there, all right? Okay.
With his identification confirmed, the man is free to leave. The evidence will be passed to prosecutors and they will attempt to recover the lost fares in court.
I can sympathise with him. I appreciate that fares are high and he needs to travel to work. But my job is to obviously change people's behaviour, make sure they buy the right ticket, because it's not a free service.
Have your tickets ready for inspection, please?
Coming up,
Hello, excuse me.
officers are out in force in East London.
Don't touch me. Do not touch me. I'm trying to talk to you.
Fucking trying to make
Mate,
a fucking
I'm not saying you did, but...
So what are you telling me I can't swipe on the button?
And Thomas confronts two tricky travellers.
I'm not talking to you.
It's off, madam. You guys put yourself into penalty fare. 150 or £80. You decide what you want to do.
Enforcement Officer Thomas is checking tickets and passes on buses in the East End of London.
Sometimes it can be abusive. You kind of get a thick skin in the role. You know, you know exactly when it's directed at you and when it's someone's frustrated that they've been caught.
He faces angry individuals every day as he goes about his job.
You've said you've heard 2 bleeps, madam. It means your card hasn't gone through.
There are around 55 incidents of verbal abuse against staff reported every week.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This checking the tickets, your pass and your Oyster card. Hello there, Sleeping Beauty. Aurora, just checking tickets and passes. Where did you get on board the bus, sir?
Huh?
Where did you get on board the bus?
Where did I book her? Liverpool Street.
Okay.
I swiped it down there.
No. Last thing it was checked on was the train, Edmonton Green to Enfield Town. That would have been the 12th of August. Mate, I'm showing you right there.
Go and swipe it again.
Doesn't work like that, I'm afraid. Name, address and date of birth for me, please.
Passengers not paying when they board a bus will be given a penalty fare, not a second chance.
That's just to prove to you that I ain't fucking trying to nick the fucking
I'm not
journey.
saying you did, but if
So what are you telling me I can't swipe on the bus?
Mate, at the moment, it's not gone through. He's left his wallet. I'll go down and give him his wallet. Name, address and date of birth, please.
Well, no, I'll swipe it.
Well, sir,
Name, address,
I've checked it. There's nothing. It's not been tapped on any bus.
Well, I came on it.
Okay, so unfortunately, sir, I need to take some address.
You know what? You lot are fucking wasting time, mate. I'm telling you, I'm going to swipe it.
But it doesn't work like that.
What? Your machines are never make a mistake.
Right,
Is that what
but
you're
not
saying?
with an Oyster card. So as soon as you touch, we get a reference number. We'll put your door number and your postcode, and then when they write to you, you can explain the situation when you got on board the bus.
What do you want?
Your address, sir, your door number and postcode.
Eventually, the man complies.
Right, so it's a penalty fee being issued.
He must pay £40 within the next 21 days, or £80 after that.
He hasn't tapped on a bus for nearly 4 months.
Thomas's people skills are put to the test on just about every bus he boards.
That card hasn't been used on this bus, madam. What machine did you use?
Sorry.
What machine did you use?
That one.
This one?
Yeah.
Do you want to look at the screen, madam?
Let me show you, because...
Madam, I'm advising you to look at the screen.
The time.
You need to look at the screen. You sure you tapped on this machine?
Yeah.
It's not working. It's been off since we got on board the bus. And what I need you to do, madam, is take your card and touch on that machine over there.
Okay. No, I haven't made sure. I haven't taken the money twice.
Madam, if you want a penalty fare, my advice to you is to touch your card on that reader and it's done.
Let me show you, because...
Thomas has given her the benefit of the doubt, but she's still adamant she's been charged.
You're about to talk yourself into getting a penalty fare,
What if you're taking so...
Let me say one thing. 150 or £80. You decide what you want to do.
Eventually, the woman taps on.
That woman just really was not getting it. But the thing is, I gave her the option to pay 150 or take the £80 fine. She wanted to start arguing about it.
Some people just dig themselves a hole.
She was digging a proper hole.
It's rush hour at West Ham Station. Enforcement officers Karen and Peter are conducting an operation to disrupt fare dodging at a part of the station without ticket barriers. There can be over 1,000 staff assaults reported in a year, so the police are on hand.
As the trains come in, it's quite nice to have that little gap just to get your breath back.
But every 30 seconds, a new train arrives, and there's hundreds of tickets to check.
Lovely, thank you.
Thank you very much.
I'll come round that way. Stop, slow down. Hello, excuse me, I'm talking to you. Please, I'm a revenue... Don't touch me. Do not touch me. I'm trying to talk to you. Why are you walking away?
Right. I tell you why she stopped you, is because you've walked up there, you've hesitated or came back, all right? So you haven't got a ticket.
You're assuming.
You have got a ticket. No. You haven't. Right, OK, so that's why she stopped you, OK?
I see a ticket. When I was talking to you, you put your hand on my arm and tried to push me out the way. I do not appreciate that, OK? Right, now we've got that sorted out.
With assaults commonplace, staff have zero tolerance on any physical contact.
So you was exiting this way, and when you saw us and you saw the police, you thought that instead of listening to me when I asked you for a ticket, you think it's OK to ignore me, turn around and try and push me out of the way. I will not have that.
Karen must now ID the suspect.
What number do you live at? 19. Why did you... Make your mind up, which one? Write down for me properly the house number that you live at and the correct postcode.
The details are false. He could be arrested if he doesn't comply.
Right, listen very carefully, all right? If you want to go, the quickest way of doing this is for you to provide me with the correct postcode, because I can't progress with this until it's done, OK?
In all honesty, mate, you pissing about isn't going to help the situation. Yeah. You've been caught out. Yeah, you travelled without a ticket. You've been caught out. All right, you're just going to have to deal with the consequences now.
If you want to get going, you're going to provide me with the correct details, OK? Because what you're doing here is not helping anybody. Thank you.
With no ticket and no way of paying for one, his case will be passed to prosecutors.
I was very angry, but I like to try and think of it as a professional angry. Like, rather than just screaming at him, I wanted to make it clear to him that there was two issues here. One, the fact that he had no ticket and no money, and I was going to be dealing with that. But also I wanted to make him very clear that you don't come out into the public and act whatever way you like just because you don't like the fact that you've been caught out.
Overall, the operation's been a big success.
We've only been here for a fairly short time, but in that time we've got 65 penalty fares and 7 people have been reported for possible prosecution, so not bad at all, really.
Have you got any inkling why we've stopped you today?
I'm sure I'll do that now.
How did you pay for your journey last night to East Ham?
I do pay it.
OK, that's fine.
Next time.
Okay. I'm just going to go back. No, you're not going to go anywhere.
In East London, a sting operation exposes fare evading fakers.
I'm going to hazard a guess that you are not a bus operator.
Whoa, back doors! Back doors!
Slippery when wet.
She's off. Round Linford.
Fare dodgers make a run for it in the rain.
The roller coaster of fare evasion is in full effect.
I'll deal with him. I like a challenge.
And on the tube, the undercover squad pursue a problem passenger.
He defrauds this company every single day.
It's not him over there, is it?
And we're back with the Enforcers next Monday night at 9. A takeaway restaurant raises suspicions with a sudden drop in gas usage. Police raids caught by surprise pays them a visit Wednesday at 9. New next, the lads are on tour, but look who's next door. Undercover girlfriends are spying on their fellas. There will be tears after the break.